hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play beat the clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play beat the clock.
Now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you'll come over here with me, we will re-meet our holdover contestants from last week. Hi there, how are you?
Fine.
Did you have a nervous week?
Oh, very nervous.
Mr. and Mrs. Richard Williams, that's what it is. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
Where are you stationed right now, Dick?
Over in Sandy Hook, New Jersey.
Sandy Hook.
That's right.
Are you planning to make the Navy a career?
Coast Guard.
Coast
No,
Guard,
I
beg
don't
your pardon,
believe
sir,
it
lost my head.
Don't
Yeah.
believe I will.
What are you going to do when you get back in civilian life?
Oh, work for National Biscuit, probably. That's
you?
where I was working.
You were. What'd you do with him?
I was in the shipping department back in Wilkes-Barre.
You have a little girl, don't you?
Yes, 9 months old.
Oh, boy, she's not propped up on a pillow watching this by any chance, is
She
she?
might be.
Well, you go ahead and wave right into that camera right there if you
Hi,
want to. That's
Debbie.
the idea. Okay, now I'd like to explain our bonus stunt, which, of course, has been running along several weeks now. As a matter of fact, it's worth $600 tonight in cash. And that's purely a bonus. That's in addition to anything else. Wherever the bell happens to ring, whoever happens to be at the microphone at that time, they're the ones that get to try our bonus stunt. It may be you, can be anybody during the show. Now, just as time ran out last week, we had just started to explain to you your stunt on the $100 clock, I believe it was. So if you both come over here with me, we'll pick up right from where we left off. You'll step right over here, Mrs. Williams. Dick, you stand facing her on that side. We're going to hand you each a polo mallet. Now, you may hold that polo mallet in 2 hands if you wish, but you must hold it always by the grip. You can't hold one hand down there. You may use 2 hands. Now, if you will hold yours out up off the ground a little bit, I'll show you that there are 4 little hoops here. Dick. And what has to happen is simply this. You have to wind up, hold it up just a little bit more, will you? Just raise it right up. Funny, that's the boy. We have to wind this thing up with 2 of those hoops on that side of the shaft and 2 hung over on this side. That's all you have to do. Now, if they wind up with all 4 of them on the one side, that's no good. If they wind up down on the shaft, that's no good. They must be purely, clearly 1 on each side, and that's all. You understand? 2 on each side, and your problem is to help him all you can. But you can only use your polo mallets. You can't use your feet or any part of your body. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, get those 4 on. In how many seconds? We'll find out in just a minute if you look back over all of our shoulders and see how many it says on the clock. 55 seconds. Are you ready? Go. That's it. Very careful you don't knock those off when you get this one off. Yep. Okay. Shove those back into the center there. Knock these in there. You see, you're losing them. Oh, take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. That's the other. You hang them on. That's it, girl. Now, 2 on the other side, and you're in. Gently now, gently. Don't knock the others off while you do it. Careful. Now, 1 more. Gently now, gently. Knock the others off. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just have 8 seconds. Come on, honey. Knock the others off. Oh, golly, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. That is a shame. And after coming all the way back, well, if you both step over here with me, we do have for you from Betty one of these lovely Sylvania radios for being good sports.
Thank you
It was
very much.
nice having you back. I'm awfully sorry you didn't beat the clock. Good night. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, we have Mr. and Mrs. Russell Kane from Spotswood, New Jersey.
Well, hi there, Mr. and Miss Kane. How are you? You can step right in back of that stand there because we have 2 microphones just for you folks. How are you, Mr. Kane?
Very well, thank you.
Russell Kane, K-A-N-E, Spotswood, New Jersey. What do you do?
Bank manager.
Hey, that's
Branch
not-
Bank.
Branch Bank. What's the bank?
The First National Bank of South River.
I just will give him a plug there, you know.
Thank you very
Is
much.
there some special occasion for the corsage?
Belated wedding anniversary.
When was that?
The 12th.
The 12th.
January.
What one was it? What number?
Now. 12th
You're
anniversary.
12. Well, many happy returns to you both. Now, we'll find out what your problem is on the $100 clock in just a minute. Now, let's see what we've done to the Canes over here. Hi, Mr. and Miss Kane. Got you all fixed up. Without wasting any time, you just hang your purse over there, and if you both come over here with me, I'll show you what your problem is on the $100 clock. Let's bring out our next problem, if you will. There we go. Now, this is a very simple little thing that you're going to help your husband solve. Mr. Kane, if you'll step over there to where Madeline is standing, she has something for you, a shower cap and a little cup that is filled with ping pong balls. We'll show you what you have to do with them in just a minute. First of all, sit down. That's it. Take it nice and easy. And if you put that shower cap on, that's just to keep your long hair out of your eyes. That's it. Now, just show everybody the ping pong ball, will you? Now, in just a minute, not right now, you can take that in your hand if you want to, Mr. Kane, that ping pong ball. There's a supply of them there, too. And what we want you to do when I say go is to place one of those ping pong balls between your lips or your teeth, I don't care which, and when that cup comes down to where it's low enough for you to drop one in without getting up and without touching the cup with your hands, just drop it out of your mouth into the cup, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Now, you are the one that has to lower that cup down to where your husband is. Do you understand? And the way you do it is like this. If you'll step up on this little three-step here, 1, 2, 3, there are some Sparkettes filled with whipped cream. Now, all you have to do is fill that cup sufficiently full of whipped cream so that it weights it down low enough for your husband to drop one ping pong ball in it. We'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. You understand? Let's take a look and see how many seconds you have. 35 seconds from the time I say go. You ready? Go. Take a picture of Mr. Kane so they'll have a record of this little visit, and we'll get him all cleaned up for you, Mr. Kane. You don't have to worry a bit about him, okay? Well, you certainly did a good job on him, I'll tell you. It's a good thing whipped cream is good for the complexion. All right, now it comes your turn to try our jackpot clock. Don't you worry about him, because we're going to have him all cleaned up as good as new for you. When you... Oh, that's right. I see you thinking you're going out of the jackpot clock, because sometimes that little stunt comes ahead of it, but you're not. You have to go to the $200 clock now. And it's one entirely for you, and it's a new way of stacking up cups on saucers. If you'll come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. Thank you, Madeline. You stand right over where Madeline was, if you will, Miss Kane. Okay. Now, you'll notice that on this is a plastic hat box cover. Now, on it is one cup and saucer already stacked. Now, all we wanted you to do is to get this cup on that saucer, so it's upright like the other one. Both must wind up this way. They cannot be this way. They must be the cups upright on the saucers. One will be on already, one will be off. Now, if you'll take it, you must hold only one hand. You may not grip the hat box top with your fingers. You've got to keep your hand underneath it at all times. You can't press it against your body, and you can't use your other hand in any way. Just, beg pardon?
Can I use my mouth?
No, you can't, except to smile. That's all you can do. You can just use the one hand, and that's all. You understand? Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Get upright. Get upright. Almost there. Get upright. All right, stop the clock. Look there. What'd you say, Miss Kane?
I'm left-handed. There's a rule.
You're
I had it in the
left-handed?
wrong hand.
I gave it to you in the right hand, and you're left-handed. Why, you should have stopped me. Well, you overcame a greater hazard then. All right, if you'll step back up here now, you're to try for our jackpot clock. Step right on that platform, turn around and face the audience, and I'll tell you when to turn around and look at the board, not before. Back of this curtain is our famous magnetic board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism, but they're all out of order. You've got to get them back in order in 20 seconds from the time I say go to beat the jackpot clock, okay? All right, now don't look till I tell you. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Sense is right, but the order is wrong. So now the sense is wrong. The order is almost right. Oh, golly, I'm awfully sorry. It should have been, I am not a Virginian, but an American. I am not a Virginian, but an American. But you didn't beat our jackpot clock. However, you did beat the $200 clock. So if you step down here, we'll look and see what you've won.
A newly styled Mohawk carpet in a deep three-dimensional design in the Coventry pattern. Your room-size carpet is woven for beauty and long-lasting wear with superb carpet craftsmanship from the looms of Mohawk. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Kane. You have just won a beat-the-clock prize worth more than $200.
My congratulations to you.
Bud, our next couple are on their honeymoon, Mr. and Mrs. David Castlebury from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Well, hi there. Nice to have you here on a honeymoon, too. Dave, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And a long and happy married life to you, Mrs. Castlebury. You live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yes, we do.
You'll forgive me if I growl at you a little bit. I've been fighting this flu bug all week, and it's kind of hitting my voice tonight. I'm just trying to play a little bit over it. How long you been in the Navy, or is it the Coast Guard again?
No, it's the Navy.
It's the Navy. How long?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. Are you planning to stay with it?
No, I don't. I think I'm going to let it go.
Well, let it go. Let it let
Soon
you
as I
go. Is that
can.
it? Did you have a nice wedding, Mrs. Castlebury?
Very nice, thank you.
Good. Well, we're going to find out now, right off the bat, what you're going to do on the $100 clock. All right. Now, we have a little problem for you this time that may be kind of fun. I don't know whether your husband is musical at all. Is he, Mrs. Castlebury?
No, it's not.
Well, look what we've done to him. Come on out here, boy, and show Mrs. Castlebury what we've done. You come on over here with me, Miss Castlebury. Now, let's see. I'm going to ask you, if you will, Dave, to stand right over here. You stay there, Miss Castlebury. In this little box top. That's your area of operation. Turn around and face your wife. That's it. Now, you have to remain there at all times. You understand? And the reason we have strapped this on you is this. Mrs. Castlebury is going to stand. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Let's get that.
Right.
Right-handed. So you stand on the far side of that, then, if you will. And what you're going to do is to pick these up and one at a time throw them to your husband so that he can trap two, one on either side with the drumstick. You see? You just beat the drum until you catch one over here and one over there. Trap it there, and you see what I mean. That's the idea. That's where you have to wind up with two pie plates, one on each side of the drum. You got the idea, Dave? Okay, so you just toss them, and I'd advise you to toss them underhand and toss them for this side so that this is against it and, you know, open face for the other. Take a look at the clock now over Dave's shoulder there and see how many seconds you have. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Stop the clock just a minute. Stand to the side of it so this isn't in your way, so you can toss sort of like that. Get the idea? Okay, ready? Go. Come on, boy. Watch for him. You got it. All right. All right. We'll get him out of his little paraphernalia there and move you right on up to the $200 clock. So come along in just a minute. Dave, I bet you never thought you could keep time like that, did you? Huh? Well, I hope you enjoy. What's that?
First time I ever played it.
Oh, I bet it's not, fella. You'll probably get thousands of offers out of that. Hey, the bonus. You get to try the bonus on your honeymoon. Come on out here, Dave. That's where you stay right there. All right, girls, bring out the bonus. This is worth $600 in cash tonight, boy, and that's purely a bonus. Have you seen it? Have you watched it? You haven't seen it yet, Dave, huh? All right, let me show you quickly and quietly exactly what it is. It's perfectly possible to catch one of these ping pong balls in the bowl of each of these pipes, you see? Sit one under each and bring them close enough together so they could be in your mouth. Now, that's what I want you to do, except the difference is, the way I did it, I held it with my hands. You take these two pipes, put them in your mouth any way you want to, and then don't touch the balls or the pipes with your hands again, except to adjust them if they get loose or turn position, you want to change them in any way. But you can't touch the ping pong balls or the string with your hands, and catch one ping pong ball in that pipe and one in this. Both balls must be resting in the pipes. Do you understand? Take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have. 40 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you, but a nice try anyway, Dave. That is, I guess you gather from the name, is purely in the nature of a bonus. You don't lose out on your clocks at all. Now, is he pretty athletic, this fellow of yours? Huh?
Yes, he is.
He can move around pretty much, can he?
Pretty good.
Because we have a real moving around kind of stunt for him and all for him. You're just coasting along here tonight. You're just taking it easy. All right, Dave, if you will now leave where you are. I hate to keep tearing you away from the side of your bride, but if you'll come over here with me, I'll show you what your problem is on this one, the $200 clock. Now, here is a very nice little box, you see. I want you to get in that box. I don't know which way would be easier for you. I guess maybe that way, facing over this way. Both feet. Okay, now, when I say go, you start jumping, and you jump over to this box. You step out of that box into this one, jump this one over to that box. Step out into that box, jump it over to this box. Step into this box, jump it over to that box. Step into that box, jump it all the way over here, and then jump it up and down on the balloon and break it. That's all you have to do. Simple. Yeah, that's right. You can't put your hands on the floor. When the boxes get taller, if you want to hold them by the top to help steady yourself, that's up to you. But you can't do anything else than that. Just got to jump them over there. Take a look and see how many seconds. 40 seconds. You ready? Go. Step right out. Step out. No, into the box. Step right into the box. Quick. It's all right. Hurry up. Quick. That's it. Don't step on the floor in between. Go ahead. Take a hold of the box. No. Take a hold of the box. Jump it right up. That would have been a good stunt for somebody down in Australia with all those kangaroos down there, wouldn't it, huh? All right, Mr. and Mrs. Castlebury, you did fine there. And now it comes your wife. Now we put you to work, see? On the tough one. This is the jackpot try. And, of course, you can't help in any way, Dave. You just have to stand right down there and just think good thoughts about your pretty wife. And you step right up here, Miss Castlebury, turn around and face the audience, and don't turn around again until I tell you to. In back of this curtain behind you is our famous magnetic jackpot board. On it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism, but they're all out of order. You've got to unscramble them, move them around so that they read out, spelling from left to right, the sentence or quotation we're after in 20 seconds from the time I say go, okay? All right, now don't look till I tell you. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Got about 7 seconds. Oh, David knows what it is, and he's dying over there. Oh, dear, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you, and I bet you knew it all the time. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? That's what it should have been. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Dave, come on back in here. Because between you, you're beating our $200 clock. Let's see what you've won.
A Speed Queen electric clothes dryer with the new conditioned air fast drying principle, full range of heats, and an automatic time control for whatever degree of dryness or dampness you desire. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Castlebury. You have just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
My congratulations to you, too. All the happiness in the world, Dave. Bye. What do we have here?
Bud, we have Susie and Winnie and Mr. and Mrs. George Cleaver from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Well, how nice to have them all here. Now, which is Susie? Are you Susie? Come on over here, Susie. Let's talk to you. How old are you?
6.
You're being prompted by your mother. You're 6 years old. What are you going to be when you grow up?
I don't know.
You haven't made up your mind yet, huh? When is your birthday?
March the April.
March the April. That's a very good date. Let me ask you something. Do you have a boyfriend? No boyfriends? Introduce me to your sister, will you?
This is Winnie Cleaver.
This is Winnie. Hello, Winnie. How are you, honey? And how old are you, dear?
I'm 11.
You're 11 years old. My goodness, your dress is just like you. Yeah, almost, isn't it? Same color. What are you going to be when you grow up?
I'm going to be a piano player.
Good girl. My oldest daughter is a piano player. We're mighty proud of her. You make your mommy and daddy proud of you. Hello, Miss Cleaver. How are you? Mr. Cleaver, it's nice to have you here with us. Will you both step right behind that little stand there for just a minute? We'll find out what your problem is on the $100. All right, now, Mr. and Miss George Cleaver, we got you all decked out. Your kids are going to love your outfits now. But they'll understand why. In just a minute, will you both come over here with me, and I'll show you what your problem is on the $100 clock. You step right over here, Miss Cleaver, if you will. George, right on this side. Now, will you stand facing each other and put your hands let's see, I guess you better put them behind your backs is the best place for them. Yeah. Now, you come over close together, will you? And hold this between the two of you like that, up, off, no, without holding it with your hand, just with your bodies. Press good and tight and hold it. That's it. Now, the problem is simply this. Without using your hands, you ought to turn this around. I don't care if it touches the floor in between time, but it must end with this fella upside down between your bodies with the head off the floor. Step in it and trap it there, and you'll see. It must finish with the head off the floor. How many times it touches the ground in between, I don't care. How you do it, I don't care, provided you don't use your hands. Do you understand the problem? I'll give you one little hint. Somehow, one of you should get it around there and use your knees to trap it, while the other one gets it, that's all I can tell you. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. You don't touch it. I'll put it in between your bodies. Step in there. Close. Are you ready? Go. Drop it if you want to. Put it on the floor. I don't care. Goodness, wasn't that fun, girls, huh?
Yeah.
Wasn't that fun? Bet you never thought your daddy could do it, did you, huh? What'd you think he was going to do?
I thought he was going to still have it up right side up.
You didn't have much faith in your daddy, did you? Well, that's all right. Now, you've gone through the $100 clock. You're trying for the $200 clock, and this is for your daddy entirely. Come on over here with me, Mr. Cleaver. Mr. Cleaver can stand there and rest. Now, here we have a pillowcase. Here it is. Now, this pillowcase is going to be left lying on this tabletop. We're going to set the clock at 15 seconds and give you the first 15 seconds purely to arrange this with your hands in any way you want. Because you must wind the stunt up with the pillowcase over your head somewhat like that. Got the idea? Not on your head like that, but the head must be inside the pillowcase. Now, you can arrange it any way you want to, but after you've finished arranging it for the start of the stunt, you may never again touch it with your hands. You can use your teeth, the side of your head, your shoulders, anything you want, but you cannot use your hands. You cannot take it off the tabletop, and you cannot hang it off the tabletop like that. It must be on the tabletop. All right, there's 15 seconds. I'll show you how much you have. Afterwards, take the first 15 to arrange it any way you want to. Go. Arrange it. Get it set. You sure that's the way you want it now? You sure that's the way you want it? Only got about 3 seconds. Hurry up. All right, are you ready? Go. 45 seconds. 55 seconds. Come on, get it over. Get it over. Flip it. Don't touch it. Not on the back yet. Come on, flip it over. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. All right, stop the clock. My goodness. Hey, how about that, huh? Come over here. You think your daddy looks better with a pillowcase on his head or without?
Without.
So do I agree with you. All right, now, Mommy, you're going to have to carry on for the family. So, Mr. Cleaver, if you don't mind, take the kids and stand right down there. Mr. Cleaver, will you step up on this little platform with your back to the board and facing the audience? I'll tell you when to turn around. Don't turn around until I tell you to. In back of you now is our jackpot board with all the words of a famous saying or quotation all scrambled up out of order. You've got to unscramble them in 20 seconds from the time I say go so they spell out the saying or quotation we're after. Do you understand? All right, open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. You're almost there. All right, stop the clock with the bell. You did it. Self-preservation is the first law. Oh, no, I'm sorry you didn't. No, sir, I'm sorry you didn't. This should be over there. I'm sorry, I misread it. It should have been over there. You almost had it. I was so excited I thought you did it. Well, you didn't beat our jackpot clock, but you did beat the $200 clock, and our time is all run out. Now, can you be watching? Come in over here, will you please, Miss Cleaver? Can you be watching the show next week?
Yes, we will.
Because we will award you your prizes on the show next week. That'll be the first order of business on the show. If you're watching, you'll see what you won by beating our $200 clock. Bless you all. It was nice to have you here with us tonight. Good night. This is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania. Hoping it next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production, produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Rock stands down, and Larry Aldrich original. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. And this is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.